Hi folks, it's Kieran here. Today I am at Market Harbour Skate Park, my local park, skating the ledge, which is almost dry. This park is a real sucky one in terms of like when it gets wet, it stays wet for a long time. If it's windy, all the crap blows off the trees and blows all over the park. So I've had the broom out, swept the ledge down, because I want to try and learn a new trick today. It's been a while since we've learned a new ledge trick. I was kicking those two around at Sheffield the other, well, like nearly 2 weeks ago now. But today I want to try half cab nose slide. I feel like this is a trick I can get. I felt a lot more confident about getting it before I came down. I've just had a little warm up with some nose slides. My nose slide technique is pretty poor at the moment. I basically just wasn't doing them really over the winter, and I think I got a little sloppy with them towards the end of last summer, where I kind of found a way to sort of like barge them a little bit, which meant my actual lock-in technique kind of slipped a little. And yeah, it is what it is, but still feel like I can get this one. Shouldn't be too tricky, he says. It is just, you know, a backside 90-degree fakie ollie into the nose slide. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I just really want to learn a new trick. Like, I was feeling a little anxious coming out, wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Just haven't been skating a lot recently, so very rusty. I figured this was one that was like doable, hopefully won't test me mentally too much, but still give that good feeling of learning a new trick. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking about it and crack on with half cab nose slides. So yeah, it's definitely a little awkward feeling, like more awkward than I thought it would be. It's always the case. Every trick I always learn, it's either more difficult, more awkward, something that I think it's going to be. I always assume they're always going to be easy. But yeah, finally managed to get locked in. I think the trick with this one is, obviously I'm going at it really slow, so as soon as I hit the lock into the ledge, it's like stopping any movement and rotation. Ideally I'd want to go just that little bit faster, so that when I get in I kind of slide through and then pull back out. But I want to make sure I've got the lock in tight first. And I do feel like this is one of these tricks that you could barge it, learn it. You could really just throw yourself at it, and you would eventually, like at some speed, and eventually you would just get something where you kind of like pivot up and in and sliding off. But I do want to try and get it like from a proper popped ollie and locked in, because that's what I need to do with my proper nose slides as well. So yeah, good stuff. Oh. Does that count? I mean, like, technically my nose hit the ledge and I slid, but it was more like a half cab nose scratch. Like, I didn't lock in or anything. Just want to feel a bit more lock in, feel like I did it a little bit more intentionally. Right, so that's like two super sketchy ones back to back. Not how I envisioned them. Like, I'm not locked in, like I'm not physically, you know, stood up on the board. Like, the board's kind of like a weird jaunty angle, and I'm kind of like scraping through it. It's kind of fine, like I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay to say that I have landed a half cab nose slide, but it's not the half cab nose slide I want to land. But this is all what skateboarding's about sometimes, isn't it? You know, when you first land a new trick, it isn't how you want it. And I think that's particularly true when you're, you know, skating anything involving an obstacle, whether it's a ledge, a rail, transition. Like, the first time you land it, it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to be locked in and have the perfect form. But in the past, I was super critical about stuff like that with myself, where I'd be like, no, doesn't count, keep going, and then, you know, I'm not able to get it the way I want it, but that stuff comes in time, doesn't it? You know, that's why you keep coming out, keep practicing. Obviously I'm not going to stop there with this. I'm going to keep going right now and try and get a few more, and hopefully something a little bit more locked in. But I am comfortable enough, at least in my own opinion, and ultimately that's all that really counts, that I have landed this trick today. So yeah, stoked, we've got a new trick. But let's keep going and let's see if we can get one where it's like, it feels locked in. That would be great. Well folks, I just got home from that session working on the half cab nose slides. I was able to land a bunch of them. A bunch is probably a big word. A handful of them. Pretty stoked with it. Like, stoked to have learnt a new trick. It was definitely a little more awkward than I thought it was going to be. It really throws into focus how much I need to work on my nose slides. I said this at the start, my nose slides are not great at the moment. My technique is pretty poor. I'm not locking in correctly. I'm not able to hold them. And that shows in the half cab nose slide. I was able to get into them, but at no point was I able to like sit into it. So that's something I'm going to work on with both of them, and that'll help improve the trick as we go along. I'm going to cut the edit down just to show you the makes and then like the good attempts. I'm not going to show every single attempt after those first couple that I landed, because there was a lot of attempts and a lot of them were just nonsense, like ghost attempts where I kind of like half popped in, didn't get anywhere close to the ledge. So I'm going to cut them out just to keep the video a little shorter. But yeah, stoked with that new trick. That's always good, especially on the ledge. I love grind and slide tricks, so you know, to get a new one, that was awesome. And yeah, we'll just keep working on it and keep improving. So huge thank you for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. If you've got any ideas for new tricks, tips for that one, or any other tricks that I do, please leave it in the comments below. It's massively helpful. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who does that. It's super nice that anyone would spend time watching my videos. So yeah, thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Take care.